There's been plenty of moments that I fell in hard times. More often than not, getting faded was my lifeline. I realized that I've always struggled with change, but sometimes you gotta rearrange before you go insane. I've been doing my best to stay true to myself, put my next foot forward and smoking dope for my health. I never give up the music till I'm rolling in wealth. Some days I swear this basement's my own personal hell. Well, I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. I confess I'm obsessed with the sex. Heart palpitations every time that she texts. I admit that we ain't always been the best for each other, but what is love without the little test? Girl, you know you're my sneaky link. When I'm with you, my ego shrink. I'm just craving time for us alone. I think about you every time I'm home smoking dope. I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. Not likely that I'll ever get my shit together. Half my life I felt like I was under the weather. All my future endeavors I fought from dawn. Getting fucked up in the train tracks. Never wanna take those days back. I know I was young, I was living my life like a goddamn idiot. Started shit and we finished it. At least I lived my life with style. I no longer feel so I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire it burns. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. You know I miss the boys that are out in Santa Cruz. Some days wish I lived on the moon. Never had to meet another douchebag. Think back to when I met the boys age 19. We were living on Chandler Street, fucking it up in December. Never could have guessed after all the times we cheated dead. I'll be standing here with my head, my heart, my spirit, someone insane. Really should have guessed after all the times that we got faded, that my brain might get downgraded. Thank God, I think I'm feeling alright. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I feel the fire it burns. I feel a fire again. I feel a spark inside my heart. I feel alive again. I just got sick of the lose, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to glue. Sick of the loss. I just got sick of the
Yo, yo, happy Monday, everybody. How we doing? If my audio is weird, let me know. I had some some audio issues earlier, but I think they're good. With that said, guys, we're happy Monday. It's raining. I had tweeted over the weekend. A lot of people are staring at charts, are worried about all these little moves. Just kind of gonna start with like a little Bitcoin overview today. Little Bitcoin overview today, and just say, guys, on the weekend, don't watch charts. Go enjoy your summer. Go get some sun. Give your mind a break. Even if you're a day trader, you need a break. Like these low volume moves, just so you know, are completely useless and very difficult to predict like this. I mean, there was nothing other than just a random pump. But regardless, the entire weekend we spent until like Sunday night, we were literally in this range the entire weekend. So, I mean, you could have wasted your Friday, Saturday, and about 70% of your Sunday in this range. I don't know why you would. I don't know what the point of it was. So I'm just like here to tell you guys, like, don't even bother trading the weekends. It's a waste of time. Did we get a little bit of a pump? Sure. We're going to get into what that means and what's coming next here soon. But first things first, chat, what's good, baby? DJ Bravo, what's up? Bull trap? More than likely, yeah. I'm going to go through some net flow data that Inspo shared. And I do have a couple announcements, so stay tuned. I'm going to go over some stuff, both exchange, and we're going to have a big streamer coming in this weekend. We have to do the weekend, unfortunately, because he lives across the country. Or across the world. Whoops. So your real name is Brian, stock mode on. My name is not Brian. Oh, you're talking to that guy above. Never mind. Nice to be back, Mr. Streams. Yeah, I went fishing on Friday. It was like 90 and sunny, and Monday was Memorial Day. I think Memorial Day last week, and I was still like not home. Music makes me want a Superman pill. Rave time. It's actually the music's by one of my friends. His name's Cole. He goes by Tilley Parker. Really, really talented guy. He just like every single bit of music he makes, it's good. Even if you don't like it, you can at least recognize like it's good music. What's the target for this pump? I'm not even bothering to trade this pump, man. It's complete bullshit. I don't trade low volume pumps because here's the thing, and this is what I told my students. When you have a low volume pump, which is essentially a low volume pump, you never really know how high it's going to go or when it's going to drop. It could drop beforehand. It could drop somewhere in the supply zone, and it's like, yeah, I could hold this and long it, but you never know when it's going to drop. You never know when all of that volume is going to come in, because essentially low volume moves, whether we're in an up or downtrend. So let's say we're in an uptrend, a low volume move will most likely bring us back to support so we can continue or reset. If we zoom out real quick, you guys can clearly see that every single time, actually let's even zoom out further, every single time major volume has come in, we drop. So we drop here, and then we go sideways with very, very flat and low volume. Yes, we pumped to 48. Yeah, you could have tried to trade this, but again, just for simplistic purposes, low volume consolidation, and then right when volume started coming in, we dropped. And now what are we seeing yet again? We're seeing very flat volume, a little bit of consolidation. What that does is it resets your indicators so you can continue that downward trend. So far, I have 0 reversal signals. So all of these analysts that are calling for all-time highs, 70K, huge upward swings on altcoins, remember two things. One, we're going into a major recessive economic slowdown if we haven't already started it, which I believe we've already started it. And two, there is in all of Bitcoin, not all of Bitcoin's history, but let's say this, for the last 5 years, and I will walk through every single one of them if you want. For the last 5 years, every single upward swing has had reversal signals. Every single one. I'm not even kidding you. Every single one has had some kind of reversal signal. And exhaustion signals when to sell, yada, yada. Regardless, these analysts that are calling for 70K and 50K and 60K and huge upward moves, okay, one, they don't know what they're talking about and they're looking for engagement. Two, guys, if I make 99% of my money longing, and every single time for the last 5 years, Bitcoin has shown multitudes of reversal signals. And currently there are none. We'll walk through some of them, but just wanted to say that before we continue going on. Egris stream this weekend. No, Egris is not, just so you guys know and just filling you in on like just shit. So Egris is, when I was first starting my Twitter and all that, like I came from TradingView, right? So I didn't know anybody on Twitter. I thought some of his calls were okay, and I started following him and like talking with him. We kind of became friends, and I don't even know if we're friends anymore because over the last couple weeks, I've kind of like called him out on his bullshit because I'm not kidding you. And let me pull up the double tweet because it's pretty ridiculous. He'll say, I call bottoms and tops, and then a tweet later he'll say, anyone who calls or waits for bottoms and tops is a loser. And it's like, dude, what? Let me find this picture because it's comical. It's like ridiculous. Here it is. Let me put this in Discord so I can show you guys. There's this one. I mean, there's multiple of them. I had a bunch of people in my Discord today sharing stuff, and you know, this isn't a roast against Egris, but the guy is not consistent, and he's kind of emotional, and I don't want emotion. I don't want emotional traders, people that don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, look at this. So the bottom trade 1 day ago. This one has helped me pick tops and bottoms for Bitcoin. I customize it, so stop asking for it. First of all, what? Like, you customize something, so that's great. But why aren't you giving it to people? And also, TradingView, every indicator on TradingView is public, so I don't know how you're hiding it. Regardless, only a small percentage of these indicators are used privately, which is why sometimes plebs ask me, how do you know this will happen? I just know, just glad I'm sharing. So, okay, great. And then literally the tweets, 24 hours later, current upside potential is greater than downside. You'll soon find out why picking bottoms is for losers. Like, guys, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I feel like this is just one example of weeks and months worth of examples. And for those of you that don't know, Egris literally shorted from last July from 30K all the way up to like 58 to 60K before flipping bullish and then getting wrecked on his longs from 60 to 68. Yeah, I still have my long orders from last July where I bought between 30 and 36K. I still have my long orders in October where I bought at $41,077 and sold at $48,000. Did I make the whole ride up from in October? No. Did it piss me off and should I have held longer? Yeah. Why didn't I? Primarily because I was in a group of people that don't know what they're doing, and I was listening to them rather than listening to my system. Regardless, in July I bought between 30 and 36, and I sold at like 49.5, and I still have all those orders, and I'm still willing to share them. I shared them in Discord last week. But my whole point is, and I'm just, you know, maybe I'm putting Egris on the spot here, but a lot of analysts do this shit. A lot of people do this shit where they're like, oh, today we're going down, and then tomorrow it's, oh, we're going up, and this and that and this. Guys, like, these people, one, if they're showing you a daily chart and they're changing sentiment every single other day or every other day, like, just ignore them. Like, remove them. Now, if they're like a day trader and they're like, oh, this was bullish and that's bearish, which 99% of analysts are not day traders because day trading is very, very hard to explain. And it's very, like, you post it, but the trade's already happened because it's day trade. Regardless, you can't keep swapping sentiment to sentiment and getting all emotional. That's kind of why I don't want him on the live stream. I apologize to him because I'm like, hey man, I've been kind of talking shit, and he didn't accept my apology. So honestly, at this point, I don't know what more I can do. Like, I tried to help him, I've tried to get him exchange partnerships, etc., and you know, he can do his own thing. That's all up to him. But just kind of feeding you guys what's kind of happening and why I don't really talk to Egris. I actually unfollowed him and muted his account. But the big announcement is, and I'm going to show you guys, first of all, Inspo Crypto and I have been talking. I know a lot of you guys look at his analysis and my analysis, so I reached out to him. And for those of you who don't know, Inspo and I have been we're pretty decent friends for a little while. And yeah, Inspo is going to come on live stream most likely this Saturday. It kind of depends. He's got some like personal things going on, but he said most likely this weekend. So it'll be great. We can get inspo in here, talk about his net flow versus my TA. I think it'll be very valuable. Both strategies really complement each other, and it won't just be two analysts saying, oh, this indicator and that indicator, because these are like, my analysis is very like, look at the chart, and his analysis is let's look at the flow of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins and see if it matches that analysis. So very excited to do that with inspo. We'll probably tweet something out once I get the yes or no from him on this Saturday, but more than likely Saturday. Again, it's kind of permitting on his end. I have nothing to do this weekend, so I told him Saturday it is. I guess this recession will make people lose their minds. Yeah, it's going to be slow and painful, and the reason for that is there are people that are taking on debt, still spending money like crazy. They haven't adjusted their lifestyle, so like, the Fed and Biden and all these people are saying the economy's strong, the economy this, the economy that. And like, that's great, but that's because all these people are just spending all their money. When they run out of money, what happens next? Everything else gets affected. We're not seeing a slowdown. We're going to see a crash. Like, we're going to see a huge crash. Like, everything's going to go from 100 to 0. Not like in the value of stocks. I mean like in the value of spending in the economy. Because, again, there are people that are not changing their lifestyles. Let's say, you're someone that makes 50, 60K a year. And, you're buying this and doing that, and your costs are going up. Gas is going up. Restaurants are going up. All this other stuff. Like, me, I'm adjusting. I'm like, dude, I'm not driving as much. I'll walk places if I need to, go to restaurants here and there. But me and my girl would go like twice a week. Now we go like once a week. And could I still go twice a week if I wanted? Sure. But the whole point of this is you have to adjust. Well, there are the majority of people, they're still going to the restaurants twice or 3 times a week. They're still eating out all the time. They're still spending as much as they do at grocery stores, meaning they're buying the expensive things that they don't necessarily need, but they think they have the money for. People are taking on debt and not adjusting. So when things keep going up and they run out of money, well, now they can't spend anything anymore. And this is going to basically make every single domino fall at once, because rather than, okay, you have the guy that would eat at X restaurant twice a week, now he's doing it once a week, the restaurant sales start going down a little bit, but it's a trickle down, it's not a huge deal. Well, now this person that eats twice a week, well, now let's say they're not eating at all. And that's, multitudes of people. Now the restaurant sales go from here and they go all the way down to here, to the floor. So again, this is why this is taking so long. This is why so many people are saying no recession, no this, no that. Guys, gas is $5.40 where I live. Okay? Like a week ago, it was $4.30. It went up a whole dollar. It went up 25% in a week. I'm not saying it's going to be 25%, keep going, but things are going to slow down at a very rapid pace, and there's going to be a crash. Most younger generations have never been through a recession. I have. I was like, I think 11. I remember my parents pulled my brothers and I aside and they said, hey guys, we're probably going to not spend as much, not do as much. We're not going to go on this expensive vacation because we don't really know what's happening. They knew it was happening. The economy was slowing down and there was a stock market crash on the horizon. But the whole point of it was they were saying, hey, we've got to adjust. Things are more expensive. We can't do X, Y, and Z. We're still going to do a little bit, but we can't do everything. And I remember that. It's not like, instead of, I think my family used to do like steak once a week, which I know, steak once a week. But I think we just stopped that for like a whole year or so until everything kind of recovered, just because the fear of, okay, like we don't want to go through some shit and not have money to get through there. So 40 liters of fuel costs the whole salary of a soldier in here. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Remember who did 9/11? We're not getting into 9/11. I like my hot dogs. Man, hot dogs. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about hot dogs. I don't really like them. All right, let's get into some TA. So, first things first. We've had this drawing here for how long now, ladies and gentlemen? And look what's happening. Did I get the bottom call right? No, because I don't really trade stocks, and to be honest, I don't really care. But just as a basic level of TA, we knew that we were going to get ultimately a breakdown, a retest for continuation. Now you're seeing the red week, and I know it's only Monday. We've really got to wait till Friday. But you're going to see this until we hit this support. Guys, this is a bearish retest. So essentially you have a breakdown, retest, and then you continue the trend. There's no signs of trend reversal. We actually had a huge distributive pattern here, the head and shoulders. That's very clearly drawn, break of the neckline. And I'm anticipating the stock market to go much, much lower. I mean, guys, look at this parabolic growth since the last crash in like 2008. I know this is even 2009. I mean, look at this. I mean, a 500% gain over 11 years, 12 years. Like, that's freaking crazy. Yeah, like, and not to mention every other asset's at the highest it's ever been. So yeah, we're in a huge economic-wide bubble, and it's going to need to deflate or pop, I guess, per se. And ultimately, I'm waiting for the stock market to crash before I start buying crypto. S&P 500. So again, kind of same thing. Was my support and resistance as correct? Probably not. Ultimately, we know that support and resistance is a zone, but again, probably something between this blue and yellow line here. We were anticipating a breakdown, a retest, and then continuation to the bottom. So far, we're seeing that. So far, so good. Again, we confirmed a head and shoulders pattern, guys. This is not like the market just doesn't reverse magically when you have this. This is a technical pattern, a distributive pattern. We know that there is the most stock market selling by wealthy people in over like 100 years or whatever. Whatever it was like 80 or 100 years last summer. Last summer was all of this. So all of this was distribution, and it started last summer. So it probably went until the winter, which is why we peaked. Came back down, more distribution here, and now we're here where we are. We know that there is distribution. There's a distributive pattern here. I don't understand all these people that are saying there's going to be a huge correction, there's going to be all-time highs, there's going to be all this and that, and it's going to be explosive, and it's going to be a V-shaped recovery. Guys, these people have no idea what they're talking about. Okay? I have enough data, and I don't know if I can share it or not, and if I can, I will, but I have enough data where I know that we are nowhere near even close to a bottom. And again, I explained this in the first half of the video. There's still people with money. They're still spending money like crazy. It's going to go from 0 to a 20. Not 0, sorry, 100 to 0 or 100 to 20, whatever. It's not going to be when it happens, it's not going to be some slow, oh yeah, whatever. It's going to be one of these because you're going to have a huge, massive slowdown because everyone is going to run out of money. Or not everyone, but most people that are spending like crazy, taking on debt. Like, have you guys seen the statistics for the personal savings rate? Holy crap, it's down like 50 to 60% right now. Everyone's running out of money. And what happens when everyone runs out of money? No one's buying things, no one's spending. The economy's going to go to shit. So this notion that everything's just going to reverse and everything's going to do this. Guys, all the wealthy people already sold all their stocks and everything. Okay, they haven't even started accumulating. So this notion, just throw it out the window. Just take it and throw it out the window. Get rid of it. We are not close to a bottom. Now, could we go sideways? Are there tradable opportunities? Will there be big bounces? Absolutely. Just like in any trend, there are always tradable moves. But with that said, guys, this whole bottom is in bullshit. Throw it out the window, right? Throw it out the window. The bottom is not even close. Short being a winning game for the last 2 months. Look at Mara. Maybe. Hi, Roman. Regards from Argentina. Is it possible to pay in crypto to join Patreon? No, it's not, unless Patreon accepts crypto payments. I guess it's early to ask, but how a recession ends? Well, again, every recession is going to be different. Every time period is going to be different. But the one thing that I did notice in every single recessive time period, and again, just something that I've noticed, there is a market crash every single time. Like, no joke. There's a market crash at the end. There's like a slow drip down and then a crash. We look at 2008. There was a kind of slow drip down like in 2022, a bounce, and then just a crash. This is a crash, right? This is 3 red weeks here that went down 40%. That's a crash. Similar to the COVID crash, that is a crash. You look at maybe even the 2000 like .com bubble, which realistically, I mean, this thing just went down the whole time. There were big bounces, but ultimately, you know, when you're down 50%, good time to buy. If you're down, what is this? 60%, 50%. 50% is my golden rule. Once the S&P is down 50%, I'm going to look for buying opportunities in like a long range span of things. But look where 50% puts us. Okay, 50% from all-time high puts us at the COVID low. Keep that in mind. COVID low. Pay attention to it. Most stock market corrections are between, you know, recessive time periods like 30 to 50%. I would lean more towards the 50%. And honestly, with this one, I'm still going to lean more than 50%, but start at 50%. Start looking for those long-term buying opportunities. Currently, there's nothing. And once we lose this support here, things get ugly fast. NASDAQ. Honestly, the NASDAQ is... I mean, you correct... Let's see. I think the NASDAQ's going to correct like at least 60% all the way down to its COVID low. Put us about 6,000. But again, who knows? It could correct. I think it's like down 45 right now. Or it got down to 30. Sorry, 30. But tech is like crypto. It's very speculative. It's very volatile. I would be very, very careful with long-term tech stocks because a lot of them fail. And remember, a lot of tech stocks, like altcoins, they'll never see their all-time highs ever again. Ever. What if the Fed pivots? I think it's too late. They can't do anything. Like, it's too late. They have to fix this, right? They have to, because now they've already admitted that they messed up. They should have raised rates a year ago, and they didn't because they wanted all their friends to get out of the stock market and to sell. They should have fixed this a long time ago. There's no way that there's nothing they can do that's going to fix this in a day. Like, it's going to take months, probably a year, to really attempt to fix anything. Pelosi bot calls on text, so we're doing our first bear market rally. I mean, possibly. I mean, what if she's wrong? She's not right all the time. She doesn't have a 100% hit rate. So I would say, also, you know, this is stock market. If you're a crypto trader, which I am, don't anticipate crypto having a crazy rally just because the stock market does. There have been times where the stock market hit all-time highs and Bitcoin literally hit all-time lows multiple times over. Not all-time low, like lows, recent lows. Total charts. Looks like we're kind of hanging out in this little support zone. Let me remove some of this so we can see. So yeah, we're clearly in an area of supply, right between our gold and purple. You know, consolidation ultimately before we continue lower. I mean, there's no signs of reversal here. And for a lot of you that say, "Oh, well, this is just like this," it's not. This had bullish price action. We had selling. We had basically had selling exhaustion. We had divergences out the wazoo, and also we crashed. What was it? 60% very, very quickly. So this notion that this and this are the same thing, they don't even look the same. And this other notion that this support level is the golden support level, it's going to hold and we're going to bounce and go to all-time highs. Guys, that's what they kept saying when we hit 6K in 2018. We hit 6K, I believe, 5 times before crashing all the way down to 3K. Okay, so this notion that 30K is going to hold forever and 30K this and 30K that, once it gives in, you're talking about a 13, 17, possibly 20K Bitcoin. I know I said that backwards, 2017, possibly 13K. I get 13K from the monthly chart because the monthly looks horrible. But so far, I mean, total, just kind of holding in that area of supply. Could we make a reversal? Sure. Are there any reversal signals right now? Absolutely not. We need more time in the zone, and the more time we just do this, the more I'm confident that we're going down. We need to see a spike up and then something like this where we see like some kind of double bottom or some kind of reversal pattern form before we do anything. Total 2, same thing as Total 1. Not going to spend a lot of time here, but Ethereum and alts. looking, in that demand zone. Total 3, same exact thing as Total 2, just altcoins sitting in demand. Could they dump further? Yes, and I believe that they will. DXY, I mean, we've pretty much called this. Ultimately, a double bottom led to a parabolic rise across the DXY. Other than that, we had a correction because we really haven't corrected in a month and a half. Hit a big resistance, corrected, and now I'm anticipating us to continue going up and at least try 105 again. If we fail 105 again, you're talking about a double bottom, possibly changing trend. But again, this is entirely bullish here. Entirely bullish. Are there any analysts you watch daily? No, I only analyze the market by myself. How do you save money going into gold after a market crash? I don't put my money in gold. I keep it in cash. Like this notion that gold does anything, like gold's useless. Just have cash. I think Bitcoin is going to 16K finally. I think there's a chance. This is why I can't invest in adjacent crypto stocks. They're all tracking Bitcoin. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. What's your hedge position? I'm completely in cash right now. I'm not in a trade. Completely in cash. USDT.D. So again, possibly seeing this corrective move here. This would allow crypto to possibly have a correction upwards. So when dominance for USDT.D goes down, that typically means that crypto will have some kind of rally or some kind of upward move. Not always, but it's definitely possible. However, if we just continue moving sideways here, that again is consolidation. That's very, very bullish. And again, I'm anticipating this to continue going up. There's nothing that says it should go down yet, unless we lose this prior area of support here at about 5%. Right, let's get into Bitcoin. So first things first, do you believe the bottom's in? If you really believe the bottom's in, you have a long way to go in your crypto journey. In 2018, and this is, a couple things here. In 2018, we held this 6K support several times before losing it and having a literal crash, like a 3-week-long crash, down 50%, all the way down to 3K. That was our capitulation point. Here, again, I believe capitulation is around the 30 to 28K level here. So ultimately, we're in that final area of support. From what I know and from what I can see in a chart, I think we're going to lose it within the next month or two. I think this summer is not going to be some green wave summer that people think it is. I think that a lot of people think the bottom's in and they're longing and they're taking stupid positions. They're dollar cost averaging when the worst of recession hasn't even appeared yet. Just a lot of idiocracy because people are impatient and they might have longed the top, accepted a loss, and tried to buy back lower. And guys, again, I mean, you have accounts that keep telling you to buy the bottom, buy the dip, buy the this, buy the that. Like, you know why I didn't buy this dip and ultimately this dip? Because we're going to continue going down. Accumulation zones, again, last an extremely long time. An extreme amount of time. Like, you're talking in 2019, I mean, this was almost a full year of accumulation. And even in here, even if you didn't get in at 3K, you still had all of this time to accumulate between, 7 and even 11K. Yes, this is a 50% range, but look how long this accumulation period is. It's ridiculous. This notion that we're just going to do one of these, no, that's not how this works. Not at all. Okay, for institutions to accumulate at prices they desire, which they have not even started accumulating yet. I don't know who is telling people that people are accumulating or institutions are accumulating. They're not. This notion that we're just going to have a V-shaped recovery is ridiculous. And I know several analysts that believe that's the case. All right, let's get into the daily. Daily time frame. I said earlier at the beginning of the stream that there are no signs of reversal. Why am I saying that? One, because we're retesting resistance up here, and I redrew supply and demand for those of you that wanted new lines. Redrew supply and demand here. We're retesting supply with lower volume than we did here. Okay, it's even relevant with Binance. Very, very low volume. So any kind of breakout, again, is fake and we're going lower. And it's literally just to get stops. There's also no bullish reversal pattern. Again, over the last 5 years, there's always been a bullish reversal pattern for every single serious move to the upside. And I'm going to show you an example of two, as well as divergences in price action, yada yada. So, big thing here, we're going to turn on the line chart just so this was more clear because some people might not be able to see it. There is a double bottom here before we went from 41 all the way to 69,000. In here, if we go back into our candle chart, we have a double bottom here. We have divergences with MACD. We have divergences in RSI. We also have bearish price action exhaustion as price is going down, volume's going down. A big key note, that trend is most likely reversing. We also have price going down this entire time, making lower closes with lower volume. Again, another sign that we are more than likely having a trend reversal. Ultimately, this whole thing was a descending wedge. Aside from that, in here, as soon as we form this right side bottom, we can see that volume went up, price went up, very, very bullish. We have MACD crossing. We have divergences on RSI between the two bottoms here. I mean, multitudes of signs, signals, reversals. Okay, so let's go into the current time frame, shall we? And let's see if we can find any sort of reversal signals. So one thing I do note is there are no divergences in RSI. We still have this low. We have not made a lower low with either a wick or a close, and RSI is going up. This tells me that this is more than likely consolidation to continue to the downside. The second thing, every single time volume has come in, we have dropped. We've dropped here, we dropped here, and every single time we had consolidation, volume was very, very flat and very low. Also, again, making those higher lows, higher highs with lower volume. That's a very ugly and not truly bullish price action schematic. So here, again, in this example, we have volume going down. On every single test and attempt to break this area of supply, we have low volume. Every single time. And just to get even more specific, let me remove some of this stuff. Every time we attempt this to break back above, volume's here. Now it's even lower. Now it's even lower. This means that sellers are in control, and ultimately we're going to dip. And again, I don't know if I'd consider calling this a double top, but we have some sort of maybe a double top here. I don't really consider this a double top. I consider all this consolidation, but possible double top here before continuing lower. I mean, we saw the same exact thing in December here. If we go to the 4 hour, we zoom out, go all the way up to in December. Look at this. We have ultimately a bear flag here, right? Lower volume. We have a fake breakout. We get this double top, and then we continue going down. Are we not seeing the exact same thing right now with price action, with RSI divergence, with MACD, with everything? I'll let you answer that yourself. Sorry, that was a lot of talking. I need water. The reason most think the bottom is in because capitulation volume spike. We have not capitulated. We're not even close. We're close, but we haven't even capitulated. There's still retail investors looking to buy the bottom, like right now. Like, all of you people in my stream are wondering what Bitcoin's next move is. Now, I love all you people, and I know a lot of you support me in the Discord, and a lot of you are patrons and everything, but the whole point of capitulation is to get retail completely out of the market. Retail is very much still paying attention, still very much sideline. Let's even see. Yeah, so this post in the Discord, I guarantee you a 50% of you are from the Discord. Like, you're still paying attention, you're still trading, you're still here. You haven't been beat down hard enough yet to say that capitulation's happened. When capitulation happened in 2018, the whole space was silent. Silent. No one was there. Okay, I still have friends and people asking me when to buy Bitcoin. Okay, I should be hearing Bitcoin's a dead asset, Bitcoin's never going to recover, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, all in the negative spotlight, and I'm not seeing that yet. Do you think it will hit 32K? I mean, does it even matter? That's a percent away. not trading for 1%. So you have an alarm on 38K. You think a short squeeze? No, this alarm is from a long time ago when I was shorting this. Like, no, that has nothing to do with this range. Guys, just because I have an alarm here, like, or an arrow here, like sometimes I just leave things on my chart and I forget to remove them. If you see an alarm up there, especially when we're in a downtrend, that's most likely because I was just looking to short the breakdown from 38K. That's all that was. Don't look into it that hard. Right, daily. Back again, looking for reversal patterns. We already talked about price action. MACD. One thing I note, we are in bearish territory. For those of you that are in my class, MACD is split into bull and bear. And I'm not going to get too far into it, but bull and bear, when MACD is in the bear territory and we're making higher moves with lower volume, that's usually a sign that this is still just consolidation. That's all it is. Until our MACD hits the intersection point, it will most likely curl to the downside. And again, we will see that continuation of trend. Last but not least, RSI, and then maybe we'll look at moving averages. Again, no divergences here. All this is resetting RSI because we were oversold as hell when we went all the way down to 25,000. And now we're going sideways to reset RSI so we can continue going down. Nothing ever goes up and down in a straight line. You have to have periods of consolidation and correction so the trend can continue. So your indicators can reset and keep moving forward. But let's look at moving averages. So one thing for sure, the 50 daily is at 33,000. Currently we are above the 20 daily. However, there's a lot of space between here. Yes, we could see maybe a bounce, maybe a grab up here. Again, this falls in line with my diagonal trend line. Ultimately, we have to have some kind of correction or continuation moving sideways so that these moving averages can catch up with price. Like whenever you see these huge gaps, so when you see that price is really far below the 20, and again, really far below the 20, again, even here, really far below the 20, we're going to have these corrective moves. That way the market can ultimately keep following trend. Unless we get some kind of trend reversal signal. But again, guys, I'm not going to walk through every indicator. I don't have time for it, neither do you. I don't want to bore you with it. The whole point of what I'm trying to say is every single time we've had a major upward movement, there have been reversal signals. Even in prior bear markets, there have been reversal signals. There are none right now. Absolutely zero. And just another note before I continue moving forward, this is a double bottom. You could have traded this and made 20-25% on this move to the upside. However, again, you had very low volume. We knew it was fake. It blows my mind that people are like, oh, TA doesn't work. How can you predict this? How can you do that? Guys, these indicators are consistent. Price action is a reflection of supply and demand, as well as accumulation and distribution. That's why they're so important. All right, let's look at the 12 and 4 hour, and then we'll look at some other stuff. So the 12 hour, again, guys, I mean, this is obvious. We pumped from the weekend, having this possible double top, and then we'll most likely continue to the downside. Again, we're seeing bearish divergences here. MACD is sitting at the intersection point. I'm very much on the fringe that we're going to dump very, very hard soon. 4 hour. Well, real quick, we can see that divergences haven't quite formed yet. However, kind of moving sideways, possibly distributing. I've told you guys that there's over 20 to 50,000 Bitcoin sitting on spot exchanges ready to be sold. It would not surprise me at all if they sold into yesterday's pump or, the pump that happened 16 hours ago, and we'll continue to keep selling. I mean, it's something that's been happening for the last 7 months. I smell a Luna crash style this week. It's possible. Look at EGLD. Didn't EGLD get completely wrecked? EGLD. Wow. Yeah, EGLD. Great example of an altcoin that's probably just going to continue to get wrecked. Wow, this thing. 87 to 70 very, very quickly over the weekend. 30%. Damn. That's wild. All right, let's even look at a 1 hour just to see if we have any kind of reversal patterns here. And again, not really. I mean, could you maybe consider this a double top? Maybe. I really don't. Again, I want to see either a higher high or an equal high and divergences here. So maybe if we go up to here and then do something like that. But again, this is a 1 hour. I don't really like to trade off the 1 hour. But we will start seeing some divergences soon and most likely a dip. 2 hour, again, I don't consider this a double top. It looks more like consolidation. What I would like to see is something like this. Something that's clear as day. We dip back down, retest this area of prior resistance, bounce back up, make that divergence here, and then you go to the downside. That's what I would like to see. It would also make sense lining up with our 12 hour. I would, again, like to see a couple 12-hour candles here, just like they were here, possibly going up a little bit higher, maybe a heave in here, and then going down to the downside. But again, guys, I don't think this is a double top. Like, not at all. I think it's just a lot of noise. That's catching people off guard, liquidating people. Excuse me. So on and so forth. Is there any bullish divergence on? No, we covered this. 1 hour Bollinger Band is getting squeezed. Let's see. Ooh, it is getting squeezed. Interesting. So yeah, but again, this could continue going up. I don't see any, at least I don't see any reversal signals on the 1 hour. Like there's not really a pattern. Could we just go straight down? Sure. I mean, it's always a possibility, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's keep trucking on. Bitcoin dominance. So dominance. Insanely bullish, which is extremely bearish for crypto. For those of you that know, when dominance continues to rise, it means that altcoins are losing value to Bitcoin. And that generally means that we're in a bear market. It generally means that altcoins are going to continue to get wrecked and lose value. And that's why I keep saying, stop worrying about altcoins. Stop trading altcoins. There's literally no reason. They're just going to continue to lose 99% of their value from where they are now. The only altcoin you should really be focused on is Ethereum, and that's it. But yeah, guys, I mean, dominance is honestly very, very bullish. Very overbought here. Let's look at a week. Yeah, in that overbought territory. So we're probably close to a some kind of bounce. Probably hit this green, come back down to here, and then go up from there. So this time period, which will be in late, July-ish, we'll probably see some kind of relief bounce, honestly. But again, just because dominance goes down doesn't or corrects doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to go up. What do I think about alts? I think anyone wasting their time with alts is wasting their time right now. We're in a bear market. Compare every bear market in the past to now, and you'll know what happens with alts. But speaking of alts, let's look at Ethereum. So I had a lot of questions that, is this a double bottom? And no, I don't believe so. Could it be? Maybe. But again, I just don't like how we didn't bottom. Like, we didn't hit that. We weren't even close to hitting the close here. I mean, we were close, but we never hit it. And aside from that, again, we have very low volume. However, I do like these divergences here. I just don't like the way Bitcoin looks at all. I don't like how low volume we have. It's tricky. I understand, but we haven't even broken out of the diagonal here. It looks like we rejected that diagonal, or we haven't even gotten close yet, but we'll probably reject that diagonal. What I'd like to see is something like this, where we maybe go down and do that. That I would consider a double bottom. This I don't. But we do have these possible divergences there. But again, ultimately, we're just kind of looking at a bear flag. So keep that in mind. Ethereum to Bitcoin. And this is why I'm not really focused on altcoins at all. Guys, we have confirmed our head and shoulders. Let's even look at a weekly. We confirmed our head and shoulders. We broke our horizontal support line. We've broken our diagonal support line. Yeah, I'm not bullish on altcoins. When Ethereum is showing value being lost to Bitcoin, it's never a good sign, ever. Never, ever for alts. That actually is another signal that we are in a bear market and we're going to continue going lower. The next support for Ethereum, honestly, probably 0.05. So if we're going to draw some, let's draw it. Probably right here around 0.05. From there, probably this 0.04, maybe some at 0.03. But again, not really anticipating this to hold up. You lose this 0.05 and Ethereum's going to be probably 1,400, 1,200 once that gets lost. Did I check the DXY? Yes, earlier in the stream. You can go back and check. So for those of you that are new, we go through this whole list pretty much. So if you miss something, just go back in the stream and check it out. Would you want Bitcoin to go to 5K? I wouldn't want it to go that low. I mean, if I had the knowledge that Bitcoin was going to go to 100K from 5K, like, yeah, I'd buy a shit ton of Bitcoin. But I don't really want to see Bitcoin lose 10K. I think that'd be really, really bad. Can I compare Scam Pump 1 from a week ago to now? Yeah, I'll cover that, and then we'll call it a day. So what you're asking for is, last week in Memorial Day, we had this Scam Pump, right? And we had very, very low volume, low volume relative to the other volume that's here. And again, we're having this Scam Pump to supply again with even lower volume. So that's usually the telltale sign, not to mention on the 4-hour. So like a lot of people think that this is bullish price action because volume's going up and price is going up. Yes, but that doesn't change the daily. And the daily's still reflecting low volume. So don't get caught up in how the 4-hour looks. Look more for the daily for that kind of confluence. Also, all of my supply and demand zones are drawn based on the daily. So no wonder that we rejected right at daily resistance because we have very, very low volume. I think USDC and USDT are fine. I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, I think any price is possible for Bitcoin. I'm not one of those headstrong people that's caught on like, oh, Bitcoin won't go below 20K or it's going to go to 3K. Like, I'll know when the bottom's in. And I know that's, you don't really know when the bottom's in, but I know what accumulation looks like, and we're not in accumulation. But all right, guys, I am probably going to call the stream there. I feel like I've covered pretty much everything. For those of you that are new, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the announcement, I'm going to go live with Inspo on Saturday. I'll let you guys know the time on Twitter and in Discord. Aside from that, a lot of you have asked for some kind of promotion with Bitget. I'm talking to them about possibly a 15 to 20% off fees. So this would be the lowest fee structure that any exchange offers. I'm pretty sure like Bitget's fees are like 0.002%. So this would take it down another 20% from that. So again, the lowest fees that any exchange offers. I'll let you know when that gets passed and the promo code and everything if you're interested. With all that said, guys, please be patient, use risk management.